Welcome, everybody, to podcast number 315 or 313 or 314. I'm not really sure. I'm driving right now. But anyway, welcome out. Are you clear on your why? Stay with us.
This is the Elevate Construction Podcast, delivering remarkable content for workers, leaders, and companies in construction wanting to take their next step. Get ready to step out of your comfort zone with Jason Schroeder as he encourages you to do better, live a remarkable life, and expect more. Let's go.
Welcome, everybody. I hope you're doing well. I have my AirPods with me. I think they're the AirPods Pro, the new ones. So I have my noise silencing cancellation, like thingamabobbers in there. But I don't know if you can still hear like the van and the noise and the road and everything. You know, if Reno, the producer, hears this audio quality, he's probably going to absolutely kill me. But if you can hear me, then I think we're doing well. So I am on my way back from Young Women's Camp. And this is a camp. So as a church leader, I was asked to go up there to do a presentation, do a devotional, do a skit, and do some other things with the girls, with all the other leaders. And I've got two daughters up there, so it's a really special night. So I'm driving back from Payson right now, and so I don't have time to be behind the microphone. And again, I hope you can hear the audio here. I'm on my AirPods, so the audio for me is great. I hope I hope it's great for you. But the topic is an inspired one tonight. And I'm going to say that the topic is protect the right side of your line. So let me take you through this process here, and please stay with me. So I don't have my notes. I can't do the scaffolding. I can't do the compliments. I can't do the feedback. I can't do the whatever. I guess I can tell you what I'm excited about. We are really at Elevate Construction getting our financial systems back in order, and I'm getting over some of the chaos of getting new clients on board for retainers, and I'm getting to a point where I'm really adding value, and so I'm excited about being in a rhythm where I can really be successful. So that's that, and let's get right into the podcast. So protect the right side of your line. This is what it comes from. And actually, I know you're listening to this probably while you're driving, but I would love it if you would consider doing this with your kids, with your wife, with yourself, when you're sitting down and you have a piece of paper. So please get an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and I would like you to write down a line long ways on the paper. Split the paper in the middle, top to bottom, and so there's going to be a line from the left to the right. And by the way, I lifted this off of multiple leadership training programs. This isn't just from one. It's a pretty well-known technique. It's a pretty well-known process, and it's highly impactful and it's highly effective. So on the left, I want you to draw a dot right in the middle, or you could do a little vertical line or whatever. But I'd like you to do a little arrow, just really tiny on your page. And if you can do this on 11 by 17, that's even better. That gives you more space. But you are here, and write down your current age. So for me, it was 39, and I am here. And so on the left, it's 0 at the end of the line. That's when you were born. And on the right, I want you to, and this is not morbid, this is not irreverent, this is serious stuff. Think about when you want to die. I chose 89. I'm not thrilled with the idea of being 90 and having that loss of range and motion. I'm not being morbid. I chose 89, right? Some people choose 100, some people choose 92, some people choose 76. Like, how old will you be when you die? Now, the first part of this, and if you ever do this with me, I play really nice reverent music to get you in the mood, but and to where you can really feel it. But God or nature, whatever you believe in, and whatever eventually ends up being true, has given you wonderful, wonderful, wonderful moments in your past. They could be hard moments that you learned from, where you say, thank you for that moment. And I learned so much from it. They could be beautiful moments. They could be the birth of your son or your daughter. It could be when you got married. It could be when somebody finally recognized your talents. It could be when you wrote that book. It could be, um, your fifth grade class was one of the funnest experiences. It could be camp. Write down on your line little dots from 0 to whatever your current age is. And you ladies out there that are listening, I know you're all going to write 32 on your you are here age. So you'll only have 32 years to play with because you're so young and beautiful. But on that line, write down the key wonderful moments that you can be grateful for on the left of that line. Just go ahead and do it. Like if you're sitting down listening to this podcast, just go ahead and do it. Or if you're like, hey, that sounds neat, pause the podcast, pick it up when you get to your office. Okay. Take like 2 minutes, pause the podcast. After 2 minutes, come back. And you're going to find that there are some cherished, beautiful, wonderful things in your life. You could even, and I'm being reverent about this, you could even write down, I got cancer. And you can say, thank you for the things that taught me. And thank God you're still alive. I really hope that you're in recovery. Or maybe you did have an addiction and you're in recovery. Or maybe you did have that church leader that reached out. Or that really impactful boss. Or, maybe you got some kind of operation or glasses for the first time and you could see. But there are beautiful moments in your life that have helped shape who you are and the person that you've become and the heart that you have inside of you and the mind that you hold. And so I want you to cherish that and think about it. Like, what is one of the, you can even put your hand over your heart. Like, what is one of the most beautiful memories that you have that you're grateful for, that you want to thank God or the universe for and say, thank you. Now, here's my point. We have to find your why. People will tend to stay stuck if they don't focus on the right side of their life. Now, if you ever read the book, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living, you'll know that in the book they recommend living in day-tight compartments. And the day-tight compartments are namely the day that you're dealing with today, and you don't focus on the past or the future so you can de-stress yourself. I'm not talking about setting plans. I'm not talking about stressing yourself out with a goal. I'm talking about the right side of your line. What are some of the moments or things that you're going to do from now until when you die that will shape your life, that will bring you joy, that will describe your life as remarkable, that will really leave a legacy, and that will allow you to give back to mankind, or humankind rather. And this is not something that should stress us out. This is beautiful. I personally wrote down things like, I want to serve a mission with my wife. I want to start family reunions. I want to travel the country with my wife and kids. And I'm going to do this. And I'm still trying to talk Adam out of wanting to do it with CPM to prove a point to me. But he and I, we're going to build a building, a new hospital center, a research center, or a hospital, or a wing, or whatever they need for St. Jude Children's Hospital. We're gonna get the money together. We'll either save 5 million or 10 million, or if our company gets that big, we'll save up 200 million. And we'll say, St. Jude's, we'll donate all these millions, and we'll get you through the design and permitting process. We're going to use Scrum. We're going to use target value design. We're going to have an integrated project delivery feel. We're gonna tact out this system. We're going to use these short interval production scheduling systems, and it's going to be the funnest job ever. There's going to be joy in the construction. There's going to be joy in the design, and there's going to be joy with those little baby kids in there that are being treated for these life-threatening diseases with cancer. I will do that. And I'll do it with your help, or I'll do it without, but I'm going to do that. That is a dream of mine. I don't care if my name's on it. This will be the Hoots Research Center. Don't care what the name is. Don't care. I just want to watch YouTube videos of those kids being sung a song that says you're cured and you don't need chemo anymore, and have the doctors and nurses throw confetti on them And I just want to watch those YouTube videos from then until the day I die and just weep in my chair, knowing that I was able to help in some small way. So that's like, these are what, there is no goal too big for you. You are big enough, meaning you're capable enough, you're loving enough, you're giving enough, you're smart enough, you're energetic enough, you're capable enough to go do anything. So what are those moments? I want you to write on your line from today to when you die. What are some things you're going to experience? It could be a promotion. It could be traveling. It could be, a service effort. It could be whatever. It could be anything, but please, please think about it. Pause this podcast and then come back to it. Give yourself 2 or 3 minutes and really think about it and think, how will you feel when that comes to pass? How will you feel? And then go ahead, pause it and come back. Okay. If you're back with me, I love it. So this process is working exactly like we want it to. That is the right side of your line. That is your why. If you think for 1 minute that you're not good enough to accomplish that, you're wrong. If you think for 1 minute that people don't need you to do that, you're wrong. If you think for a moment that people don't need you or want you, you're wrong. People are waiting for you to share the genius that is in you, the positivity that you have, and the influence that you can share. That's not a cat poster. That's not a motivational speech. That's true. I'm leveling with you right now. Like, that is 100% true. That is that when in the Bible, when Jesus says you have a talent, or you have 5 talents, or you have 2 talents, those are the talents that you need to go exchange for usury. Those are the things that you need to go compound and add more to. I mean, really, when you talk about talents, it's like, okay, God gave me, or whatever you believe in, I'm being totally open and tolerant here, but I'm just going to say God for me. Like, God gave me these 2 talents. I've got 2 talents. Like, I've got a talent for, sharing and positivity, and I've got a talent for certain things in construction. If I don't multiply that with other people, then it doesn't mean I'm a bad person. It means that I'm not living as happy of a life as I possibly can. And so here's my warning. Don't get stuck. Don't get stuck. Find your why. So many people get that position and they organize their desk and they sit there day in and day out with their mug of coffee, just having that sense of selfish accomplishment, thinking, hey, I've arrived. You know what I mean? And there's so many, somebody's calling me. Sorry, I got a little distracted there, but so many people will stop their progress, or they'll get in their comfort zone, or they won't stretch, or they won't become the person that they're designed to be, or they won't take feedback. And they start to like really get into a negative, emotional, prideful state. And that's not a criticism, but it's not happy. And so I've been thinking and reflecting. We have and it ranges between camps, but we have a 95+% raving fan acceptance rate for field engineer boot camp and project engineer boot camps and foreman boot camps. For superintendents and project managers, we have an 85 to 95% success rate. Why is it lower? It's the people that end up hating the boot camp, the 5%, are stuck. They've arrived. They don't want to be outside of their comfort zone. They don't want to stretch. They don't like those methods. They want to just enter into a state of hedonism. Hedonism at its worst definition, its most radical definition, is the self-indulgent pursuit of pleasure as a way of life. And I need you to understand that when you have gotten to your leadership position, and you're just sitting there with your mug of coffee, just doing things day in day out, protecting your kingdom, and entering a silo with politics and turf wars, that means that you've stopped growing, and that means you're stagnant, and that means you've entered in at whatever level, a certain state of hedonism. And so I'm saying one of the things, core values of Elevate Construction is results driven. I'm never going to go to a training and waste somebody's time with boring training or things that don't stretch somebody, right? But my point is, you don't even need training or consulting or coaching or boot camps to even do that. You can stretch and you can accomplish the right side of your line. All those little dots that you wrote down, you are big enough to do that. You will do that. That is going to happen. We already know who's going to win. Like, there is no, like, we're just going to cease to exist where evil will prevail over good. Like, we know this more. At the end of this life, good will prevail over evil. God and his angels will win. Nature will find a way. Whatever you believe in, it's going to happen. So you can either keep believing those limiting things, or you can be like, you know what, darn it, I'm going to live a life worth of meaning. I'm going to write this stuff down. And if I'm not heading in that direction, I'm not respecting myself. And are there a couple of hard decisions along the way when you do that? Absolutely. Is it easy? Absolutely not. Are there going to be some casualties as you do it? Absolutely. Like, one of the casualties in my life is tanking my financial reserves. Now I'm going to earn them back, and I'm going to be a millionaire, and I'm going to be rich so I can give that away. I need to get that 10, 100 million, $200 million for St. Jude's. So I'm going to get rich. I'm going to be rich 100%, but it wasn't pretty. You know, there are times that you start a business where you're like, holy cow, I'm down to that amount of money, and you just start stressing about it, right? I remember a buddy of mine, he got down to $32, had a wife and kids, $32. But now he's a millionaire. And he's a millionaire changing the lives of other people. So I'm not trying to rant here. My point is, whatever you have on the right side of that line, for the love of God, nature, or family, or yourself, whatever it is, stop wasting your time. When people come to superintendent and field engineer boot camps and they stand and deliver and we ask them a question, who are you, soldier? 8 out of 10 times they say that they have been living a life for the race, for the lights, for the fame, and they've ignored themselves and their family for what? And they leave with this sense of invigoration to go take care of what matters most. And so I'm asking you, please don't waste your time. Your future is so beautiful. Your happily ever after is waiting for you so much that you are just wasting your time if you're heading a different direction. If your career isn't heading you there, why are you there? If your mission isn't heading you there, why are you there? If you have destructive relationships that aren't heading you there, what are you doing about it? If your health isn't taking care of you, what are you going to do about it? It's time to lead a remarkable life. And humans, like I talked about yesterday, are meant for connection. And if you're like, yeah, I love Jason's podcast, I love that guy, he's my bro, and I want to do something, but I know I'm not going to do anything, then pick up the phone right now and call a friend, call a family member, call an accountability partner, or hire a coach right now and get it done. And say, I will do this, and I need to get to the next step, and I need some help. I need some connection. I need to speak this out loud or make it happen. And so, just like this, if at the end of my life I'm still doing podcasts and we're at the end, episode 5,000, and I'm like 88 years old, and I haven't built a new building for St. Jude Children's Hospital, you got to hold me accountable. You got to be like, bro, you're going to die in a year. And where's this building? Like, let's get this going. Like, go figure something out, Jason. Like, just by speaking it out loud, now I have to, out of roots, and I have to go build, and we want to, and we get to, we have to go build that center for St. Jude Children's Hospital. And so I'm going to start an account. Okay. We need to make such and such money by the time we're done. It needs to accrue this much money. We're going to get it done. And oh, by the way, on the way to doing that, we're also going to have a training facility to help out foster kids. It's going to happen. And so please do not disrespect yourself and waste a moment of your time. Find out where you're headed and spend every moment, every waking moment getting there, every dreaming moment getting there. And I'll end with something. I'll channel a little bit of Eric Thomas here. He's like, on the weekends, I grind. And I sound like him a little bit as I'm saying this. He's like, on Monday, I grind. On Tuesday, I grind. On Wednesday, I grind. And he's like, if you're 70% beast mode and 30% gazelle, that's just enough for that other person to outdo you. Or that's just enough for that negative voice in your head to outdo you and tell you not to do it. You've got to grind. You've got to go 100% and beyond beast mode on this. Just like Eric Thomas says, you got to get it going. And Monday you grind, Tuesday you grind, Wednesday you grind, Thursday you grind, and you grind so that you can live that remarkable life, so you can get there. Nothing comes for free. There are no breaks. There are no vacation days. Let's go. We have to earn this. You want those kids? You got to grind. You want that wife? You got to grind. You want that husband? You got to grind. You want that business? You got to grind. You want that leadership? You got to grind to do those hard things. There are no breaks and vacations for leaders, people. You got to grind and you got to get it done. And so that's my message tonight. Protect the right side of your line. You have remarkable waiting for you in the future. And it is your why. And that is why you want to do that training. And I'll close it out with this. That is why you want to pick up that book. That is why you want to get that coach. That is why you want to accept that position. That is why you want to get out of your comfort zone. That is why when Brandon and Jason come and we do a boot camp with you, you want to give your heart, mind, and strength into it. That is why, because you have remarkable waiting for you on the other side. Protect the right side of your line. Stay with it. On we go.
Please join us next time in elevating the entire construction experience for workers, leaders, and companies coast to coast. If you're enjoying the show, please feel free to share with your construction colleagues and help us spread the word by rating, subscribing, and leaving a review on your preferred podcast listening platform. We really appreciate it. We'll catch you next time on the Elevate Construction Podcast.